Joe and Reason, Piggly Food Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joe and Reason, Piggly Food Shop.
Pickle time is happening. Pickle time. I go down to get some pickles.
Bring your grandma and your kids.
I go downtown.
Bring your grandma and your kids.
Boot time. Pickle and boot time. Don't be fickle. Get your pickle cider, pop a nickel in your boots. Not a place of ill repute. Bring your grandma and your kids. Come for the pickles, stay for the squids.
Piggly Food Shop.
Stay for the squids.
Yeah, pickle time.
Put that pickle in your pants. Get some booze inside your hands. Put that pickle in your pants. Get some booze inside your hands.
1996, we start this.
Hello, Steven. Is it you, Cornelius? Hello, Steven. Dude, so you text me that you had lava. You text me that you had lava coming out of your butthole from eating a pizza.
Yeah.
I was fine. I was absolutely a healthy 46-year-old man until you text me that, and then within a minute and a half of you texting me that, I had to run up to use the bathroom as well, and it was just like pouring a pot of hot coffee out of my butthole.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was just boiling hot brown water.
Mine. I wish mine was more liquid than that. It felt like a whole mountain pushing through my cornhole. Like I have a prolapsed rectum right now.
Oh, you're just pink socking it.
Yeah. And what I like to call that is Cecil Fielder's revenge, because it came from Detroit. It was from eating the
Oh.
Little Caesars.
Oh yeah. See, I just don't eat them.
Yeah, well, that's your problem, man. How are you ever gonna make your intestines inside out?
Here's what's nuts.
Uh-huh.
Most of the major national pizza chains were started here in Michigan.
I don't think that's nuts.
The Little Caesars started here in Detroit. Domino's started in Detroit. Hungry Howie's, Detroit.
Uh-huh.
Pizza Hut was, I believe,
Independence,
Kansas City.
Yes. And so is Papa John's.
Yep. I'm trying to think. What are you eating with with chopsticks?
Well, I was getting
Chinese
ready.
food.
It's talking about eating all this, and diarrhea made me hungry.
Oh my goodness! I keep forgetting to
Joe.
grab those.
You forgot your silkworm poopa.
Yeah, I did.
Joe, I'm just going to do it right now.
You're gonna eat them right now.
Should I?
Yeah, make the lowlights, man. So, ladies and gentlemen,
hype this up a little bit more?
Yeah.
It's good until 2026, 5/17/26.
Yeah, I'd hate for larva to go bad.
Right. Okay.
So
I opened it. It smells like peanuts.
did you say peanuts?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Did you hear something else? What?
Sounded.
Oh. Whoa.
So does it still smell like peanuts?
It does smell like peanuts. I'm going to show you with the camera here.
Oh my gosh.
It looks...
Oh, these lowlights. That is a low light. Look at that. There's two big fat ones just floating right there. Is that what you're going after?
Yeah, man. I'm going for the fatties.
And then are you going to do a liquid chaser?
I don't think so. Oh, man.
All right, you guys. So he is going to eat
I got tired of waiting.
silkworm pupa.
Oh, man.
Not good. If you say it's not good and you eat some weird stuff.
It tastes like the smell behind the gym. Let's see if that was a bad one. Let's get another one here.
Now, here's the thing. Reese Roper likes to describe
Here goes.
things you eat as like with like very weird, like the smell behind the gym. But
It tastes the same.
describe to us, like honestly describe, like what is it that people can relate to? What is it?
It's like mildew. It's got like a mildew thing that goes up in your sinuses. It's less crunchy than I thought it would be.
Well, how could it
You
be
don't eat-
crunchy
you
when
don't-
it's just sitting in that water?
Yeah, if you're not like, I'm eating insect pupa, there's a big fat one. Then it's not so
Okay.
bad.
Like if you just tell yourself you're eating mildew.
You know what it tastes like?
What?
You know, when you get on the school bus,
Oh, here
like
we
how
go.
the vinyl seats smell? It tastes like that. Tastes like
Really?
school bus seat.
Well, here's the thing. I know people that eat bugs often will say that there's a leathery, because of that skin, there's a leathery note to it.
I haven't eaten much leather, Joe. I don't know.
Well, you know how like
Yeah.
wine connoisseurs will say like all these notes that they pick up.
How many more should I eat?
I think you should do a shot of the water.
All right.
Oh, dear Lord. That makes me want to puke. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, man. I washed it down with some Canada Dry Zero.
Oh, my goodness. That is something, huh?
Yeah. I did it, Joe.
You did do it. I will do it as well. Man alive. I go out to Heidi's and I cannot, for the life of me, remember to grab that can and bring back here.
I don't want to say it was delicious. I don't want to.
It was just shy of delicious.
I don't want to tempt you.
So besides eating silkworm pupa,
Still in my mouth.
what else? Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be for quite a bit. What else have you been up to lately? This isn't a tough question to be stuttering
geez.
over.
I think Clarence is dead, Joe. That's what I was trying to get around to, and I didn't want to.
And Clarence is who?
Clarence is the giant possum that I created by feeding it cat food for a year.
Who is the size of a sheep?
He is. And then so we noticed he had like a growth on his head and something and more. Like it looked like he had ticks all over him, which is impossible because
Yeah.
they eat ticks.
Yeah.
So we looked it up and it's like a fatal disease that possums get. So we haven't
Oh.
seen it for a while. But guess who's out there? Clarence Jr.
Oh, so where there's
Jr. or
death,
2? Clarence 2.
where there's death, there's life.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So-
And that guy he doesn't even run off the porch. He just goes under the grill, which is where I think he lives now.
Oh, gross. He lives up where like the propane tank is.
Yeah.
You'll go to change the propane tank and you'll have a possum jump out at you.
Just hiss me.
So,
That's what I've been up to. That,
oh, wowzers.
putting in some IKEA crap, like a rat storage, where you around the TV, around the giant divorce TV.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be like books, bric-a-brac, bric-a-brac, knick-knack.
Yeah. And patty wax.
I'm going to get some tchotchkes.
Yeah.
Tchotchkes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably that kind of stuff. That's all.
Nice.
It's really
Nice.
exciting here.
Nice.
What about you, sir?
Two things. Two things are on my plate. The first being, I'm only one day in. Okay, so I don't want to make this sound like I'm some workout guru.
Did you give up heroin, Joe?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm one workout in yesterday. Tomorrow morning is my next one. I've started doing Diamond Dallas Page yoga.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with this?
Nope. I'm interested though. Sounds
you
like
familiar
the guy
with
from Saved by the Bell.
No, close. It's he's an old wrestler.
Okay.
Diamond Dallas Page. He used to hit everybody with the diamond cutter. And there was a documentary that came out a few years ago called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts, I'm sure you remember him. He was a wrestler back in the 80s, 90s, and the aughts.
Yeah.
And his life fell apart. He was drug addicted, like all this stuff. He was a mess. Well, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, he did this documentary movie about basically saving Jake the Snake Roberts and saving him through yoga.
What?
And yeah, and it's like the weirdest thing because Jake the Snake like couldn't move, and so he was taking painkillers and like all this stuff. And
Yeah, I remember
And
this.
there were-
He was not doing well.
yeah,
Like living in his car.
no, yeah, and there are other wrestlers. The movie's called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake, but another guy, Scott Hall. Do you remember Scott Hall, the wrestler? He was also known as Razor Ramon.
Okay.
He was another guy, like he was like in a wheelchair, couldn't move. And same thing, DDP like took this guy over, started doing yoga with him. Next thing you know, like a year or two go by, and these guys are like up and moving around, and like they're great. So I remember seeing that movie, and I didn't do anything about it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. As of late, again, I'm going to say COVID, long COVID. Heidi will fight me on this. Heidi thinks this long COVID thing is all in my brain and it's all made up. But due to long COVID, like whenever I start working out and lifting weights, I tell people the hurt and the like the amount of pain I'm in the next day doesn't correlate to what I did. So like a small workout with weights, I feel like I've been hit by a truck the next day. And so it makes it where you don't want to do it. So you find an excuse not to go to the gym. And so I've gotten pretty out of shape. And so the other day I was on the YouTube and another thing popped up for DDP yoga. And it was called The Evolution. It's like a 15-minute video. It's called The Evolution of Butterbean. And do you remember the boxer Butterbean?
Yeah, he's in the Jackass movie.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yep. So him.
Yeah.
So same thing. He was this boxer and had just so much power behind his punches. And he was a big fat guy. And anyway, a couple of decades have gone by and he was like 500 pounds, couldn't get out of bed. And DDP did the same thing. He's now down. He's like 260 pounds. He's back to like running and he couldn't even stand up. He was like hunched over. He was bent.
Really?
Yeah. So look it up on YouTube. It's called DDP Yoga.
Okay.
Or you can look up The Evolution of Butterbean. It's a 15-minute video, highly inspirational. And that's what made me go, I was like, all right, I'm going to look this up. Long story short, looked it up, the app, everything like that. I bought into it. I was like, I'll buy 3 months of this and I'll really give it a good try for 3 months. And I noticed going through the programs, one of the things is for bad back. So if you have like, this is a yoga program where it's not like college girl yoga. It's not like soccer mom yoga. This is like the most basic, and it goes all the way to like expert level yoga. But if you're just, it's for like if somebody's bedridden, like there's yoga that you do in bed. Like you don't have to get out of your bed and you can do workouts. Then there's like a chair. There's like chair yoga. So if you hurt, if you're good enough to get out of bed, but you still hurt and stuff like that, you can do it while you're sitting in a chair. And then one of the programs is for if you have a bad lower back, which I do. And it strengthens all the muscles to help you, to help your core muscles to help your back.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'm in. So yesterday morning was my first workout. I really, really, really liked it. Never in my life. I've worked out in gyms, but I hated doing it.
Yeah.
I would go because I had to go, but there was nothing fun. Any excuse to not go and miss that day, I would take. But this is a lot of fun. And like I said, I did one yesterday. It's a half hour. So I have my alarm set tomorrow morning to get up and do a half hour before I jump in the shower.
What is fun about it?
I think the fun just comes from, like, when you're lifting weights, there's a stress, right? So there's a stress that comes with like pushing the weight up. And that resistance and stuff like that. And some people like that rush. Some people like that whatever. That never clicked with me. With this, it's just like the balance of it, I guess. Again, I'm one in. So I don't want to talk like I'm a yoga guru or anything like that. I'm one in. But the fact was I enjoyed doing it. So the only way I can the only way I could say it is like if you get down and you like play with your kids.
Yeah.
It's just the act of like you're doing something, you're active, and what you're doing is fun. And that's what I felt like doing this is like I did it. I did my half hour workout. It didn't even feel like it was a half hour and it was fun. Like at no point was I like, oh my gosh, I want to like stop. I want to hit pause. I want to, like I've bought throughout the decades, like I've bought the P90X and like, all of those videos where it's like day one, you feel like you already had to be like an Olympic, like CrossFitter to do like the first day's routine. And this is not that. And it was fun and it was good and it was relaxing. And just the fact that like, you're getting range of motion back.
Yeah.
And it just made me feel good. So
that's good, dude.
My first one was yesterday. I've done about like a week of like study on it, looking into it. And then finally, like I launched my program yesterday. So that's a lot of fun. If anybody else is looking for something new, try this DDP Yoga, DD as in like dog, Paul, DDP, yoga.
Sorry.
And yeah, if you want to do it and hit me up on Instagram, whatever. We can push each other, make sure that we're doing our routines. But that was the first thing that I've gotten into. And the second thing that I got into the other day, Fortnite.
Really?
My kids.
You're like, I've gotten into this carbonated beverage. It's called beer.
It's
kids. Brand new.
Brand new to the market. Maybe I'm late to this party. But
I found a board game. Okay, it's one of these new ones. Monopoly. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah. Have you heard of it?
It's called Monotony, but no. It more.
Should be. Yeah. So my kids, my daughters started playing Fortnite. I think her boyfriend got her into it, or maybe her friends at school.
Okay.
They started playing and she was like, Dad, you should create an account and play. And I was like, yeah, I will. And I just never did. And then like my brother-in-law created an account, like he started playing with them, and then I felt left out.
Yeah.
And so finally, like 2 days ago,
better father than I am.
Yeah. And then like 2 days ago, my daughter was like, all right, Dad, turn on the Xbox. I'm making you an account.
Okay.
So she made me an account, and like right off the rip, like there's 100 people that go in, you're playing against, 100, 99 other people. And like my first time out, like I got like top 10. And I'm like, yes. And then like I get like top 5. And then I'm like top, I'm in the top 3. And it's like, I'm kidding. I'm serious. And then I'm like number 3, number 2, pretty consistent. Well, I have to like get up to like go to the bathroom, where I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. I've played enough. Ella gets on, boom. She uses my character and she gets first place.
What?
So then
the character you made?
Yeah, like my account, like person. So now it's so easy and so fun. like it's not like Call of Duty and Battlefield where like good players just keep getting better. Like everybody has the same, like, because every game starts with like, you don't have anything.
Yeah, you got to look around for it. But
Yeah.
I mean, kids have like, they modify the controllers so it shoots shoots faster and stuff. Don't they do that?
I'm sure they do. I mean, it's probably few and far between of like people out there actually doing like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, a 46-year-old dude who can pick up a controller and in 3 days, like you're pretty consistent top 5. You know what? It's pretty simple. So Joe Insider, if people are out there playing and they want to jump on or play with me or whatever, it's Joe Insider. And yeah, man, I've been having a ball. I've been having an absolute ball and with playing with the kids and just having a good time. And we're going to plan hopefully soon. So when Mia is at her mom's house, I guess they have an Xbox there.
Uh-huh.
And then Ella, when she's at school, she has an Xbox there. And then I have my Xbox and then all their friends. So we're going to like get like a thing together where we're all going to play together.
Oh my gosh. I've played it before, but I just like, I like first person shooters. I just felt like it was too much. I didn't like how it just like the map keeps closing in. Everybody knew where all the stuff was except me. And I just kept getting killed. I was like,
Yeah, there's like a little learning curve, you know. It's kind of like GoldenEye. Remember
Yeah.
GoldenEye?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
like you knew where the gold gun was. So as soon as the game started, depending on where you got put on the map, some people had an easier opportunity to get there. But I mean, all you got to do is play the game, you know, a dozen times, and then you start to realize, oh, okay, this is here, this is over here. If you want a sniper rifle, they're usually in an elevated area. So like if you're on top of a mountain, you're probably going to find a sniper rifle up there, you know,
Yeah.
things like that. I think just how easy it is to play, how there's no gore, you know, you're not listening to like an 8-year-old, you know, in India cussing you out. Like it's all very easy and I want to say wholesome for a shooter game. You know, I love that there's no blood, that like everything is like you're a computer. So like when you die, you like glitch out, you know, like you don't like crumple over bloody,
yeah.
those types of things. Like I like that. So
You feel better playing with your kids.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's what I've been into, those two things, yoga and Fortnite the last week. And
Oh my gosh.
I'm down 9 pounds.
Oh, that's awesome, Joe. What are you doing to lose weight? You start keto again?
Yeah.
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 Just
You know what is good for keto? Those silkworm poop.
potatoes. Yeah.
Potatoes.
Potatoes are the new keto rage.
Are they really?
Nope.
Oh, no.
It's all starch.
You
I
can't
lied.
What are you saying? You can't eat starch?
Yeah.
What?
No starches on keto. Like, because starches are carbs.
What about candy?
Sugar-free candy, which makes you poop.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh my goodness. Like some of the sugar, like if, I don't know if it's just a Detroit thing or if they're all over the country, but there's a brand of candy called Russell Stover.
Yes. They have
And the
it. It's
Russells-
everywhere.
Okay. So Russell Stover sugar-free candies are freaking amazing. You can eat like 2 of them, and for 2, it's like 1 carb. But if you eat 2, you also get the hot pot of coffee pouring out your grommet.
One time, it was like the first time Amy could come out on tour with me when I was with Roper. And I was like, we're both like kind of on a diet. So I'm like, oh, cool. Sugar-free Reese's peanut butter cups. Let's get these. And we're like, you know, they taste a little bit off because they use the Olestra
Yeah.
and whatever Splenda or something to sweeten them, but like also kind of good. So We just kept eating them. We just had just like mud farts just on the bus. Like it smelled so bad. Like everybody was like ready to revolt. But also I think we were just like about to crap our pants most of that day.
Yeah, it's bad. And then when it hits, like you don't get like, oh man, I need to start looking for a bathroom.
No,
like
we each ate like 12.
Oh my gosh.
Well, honey. Okay. Put on shoes. Or put on my slippers. She thinks she left her phone in the car. What does she need her phone for? She's going to sleep.
Exactly.
Oh,
They
plug it
pull the
in.
wool over your eyes.
Hey, Lyndon, do you want a silkworm poopa? Do you want a silkworm poopa? You know, pupa. A pupa. Oh, right here. It looks like an ashtray. You know, like it's been out
That
in
was
the
out
rain.
in the rain.
Yeah, like you have a... Yeah, you know, like people...
It's good for volleyball, though.
You know, like you live in a house with a bunch of no good musicians, and then they have like a cup out back where everybody puts out their cigarette, but it fills up with rainwater and some bugs. That's what it looks.
That's exactly what it looks like.
And
what's in the bottom of the bug zapper?
After the rain comes. Yeah.
Yeah, after a nice summer rain.
It's delish. What else? What do you want to talk about? What do you?
Oh man, there could be all sorts. Let me see our little things here. Oh, no, that ain't worth it.
I don't know if I should talk about this. I feel weird about it. I feel very weird about this.
You froze your nuts to...
No, well, I don't want this to become a political discussion, but I'm a Republican now.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. How'd this come about?
I bought a firearm.
Okay.
Oh. So, okay, I'm not really a Republican, but follow my... This is my logic on this. Is like, I have my dad's guns, which we've talked about on this show, that I inherited from my dad.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with gun ownership. Like we've also talked about this. I just think there needs to be stricter gun controls. So like I have this slight fear. I live in a very, very red area of the country, and I'm afraid this is going to get political, but just hear me out. I'm afraid Donald Trump is going to become president again, and I'll be the only Democrat around me, and they're going to come murder me. So I was like, yeah, I want to buy a gun. So I've bought like a kit. This is crazy because I'm like, you know, if you're going to do it, you go all in. What? Can you wait? Go to bed. Go to bed. Good night. I'll find it and plug it in. I bought a kit. I was like, go big or go home. So I bought a kit for an AR-15. Right? You got very quiet, Joe. So,
I'm saving my comments.
So I don't know what I'm doing at all, but you have to have.
Yeah.
In Virginia,
can I retort now?
Send the lower receiver, the part that I guess has the serial number. It has to go through a firearms dealer. There's one about half a mile from me, so I was like, I'll go to that one, and that's where I had it shipped. Go ahead.
I think you're an idiot. First off,
I know
I don't think Donald Trump is going to be president because I don't think Republicans like me. Now, mind you, if he's the only person on the ticket, if he's our Republican that gets chosen, unfortunately, that will be the vote that's cast. Hopefully, between now and then, somebody else gets on that ticket for Republican.
I mean,
I think there's enough people sitting on the fence that, that is what it is. The other thing I think you're an idiot for is saying that if he becomes president, that they're going to attack you and murder you.
Well, now that I'm a Republican, I think Obama is going to
if that was just being a joke, it fell flat. But
it's not a joke. I
if
really
you believe that,
fear.
That's stupid.
Why?
That's idiotic. To be a 50-year-old man and you're scared that if a dude becomes a president, that people are going to come kill you. Like, you're a moron if you think that.
Joe.
And then the third thing that I think is odd is you buy an AR-15. I'm a Republican. I'm a roofer. I do not think normal citizens should have ARs. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. If you want something for home protection, you get a shotgun.
I agree. I don't think normal citizens should have ARs.
Yeah.
But because normal citizens have ARs, and I'm like, oh, cool. All these guys are talking about a civil war and all this stuff. Yeah, that's what I got.
That's nuts, man. So you went all in.
Yeah.
You went all in.
Yeah. And this is,
jeez.
So I've never gone to a gun store. So I just was like, had to go down there and pick up the lower receiver, which is just a piece of metal. It costs like $250, but I think it's just because like it's got a serial number and you register. So I've never bought a gun before. I'm really trying to seem like I'm not going to lose my shit in this place. And the guy that is selling it to me he's like decked out with white supremacist tattoos. But the irony is that he is definitely not like who you would put up as your model if you thought you were the supreme race. So
yeah, they never are.
All right, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, buddy, I don't think you're gonna come out on top on this one. But I was super nervous. And so
it's because you've built it up in your head. You've built it up in your head that there's these two crazy worlds that lived so far apart because of a political ideology.
The guy had Nazi tattoos. I mean, like that helped.
Well, that's just that just means he's a moron. Like he's a moron.
I don't know.
End of story. But you can't say I don't know. You can't say I don't know.
I don't know. He's a moron. He might be a. No,
he's a moron because he has white supremacist tattoos. He's a moron for that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I mean, like that. This is what drives me nuts. And we've had these political conversations on here before where we've gotten heated. When I think of you and I think of a Democrat or a liberal, I think my honest thought is your way of thinking and other people like you just don't think like me. I don't think less of you. I don't take all these extremes and wrap it up and think that like you and drag queens are going to come tear my kids out of their school and force dudes to have sex with animals and goats. Like, I don't have these thoughts of like putting an umbrella over like an entire side of a political part. Like, I don't think that way. And
I know you don't.
Have this fear that like Republicans are just these like absolute violent.
No, I don't. I just think those people are out there. Like they're there. They are there. They are there. But January 6th.
to me, like they're few and far between. I think the January 6th showed everyone in the country who thought like that. Like, I think everyone that was a January 6er was like, we need to get there on January 6th. So I think out of 300 million people in the U.S., if there's 200,000 of these morons that are out there, like,
I hope you're right. I hope.
I mean,
so.
I think I am, because I'm a guy who, I hate math, but I always say that I'm a guy that works on statistics and bell curves. I think there's a bell curve to everything. And in the middle of that bell curve, if at the very top of that bell is someone who's like straddling the fence of Republican and Democrat, and then it goes down, both sides, that's where you're going to have your extremes. I think most people fall right in that middle. I think it's 80-10-10. I think there's 10% of the country are absolute liberal wackos, where they don't want police and they don't want, like all this stuff. Like they don't want, it's chaos and anarchy.
Mhm.
And then there's the other side that it's the crazy Republican, side, that if that's white supremacists, if that's, all this crazy, like, get them out of our country.
Yeah.
Then that's 10%. And I think 80% of the country falls in the bell curve on the hump. And people, you agree with some stuff, you disagree with some stuff, but it's normal people. And like, I think like what gets my blood boiling with you, whether it's joking or not, I think the trigger that you hit with me and the button that you push with me is like, it continues to feed that flame. And so like people listen to this show and people are right there with you and more left than you that listen to this show. And I think there are right-leaning people that listen to this show. And I think it feeds into that. And I think we've been a show where me and you and in our relationship, we show that like it works. Like it works. Like I respect your ideas. I don't agree with them, all of them, but I respect them. You respect me. I feel like I'm respected by you. You might not agree with me. And so like our little show is a microcosm of what I believe our country can be. We don't have to be divisive and all that. But when things like that are said, like if Trump gets this, I honestly feel like I'm going to be murdered by the Republicans. Like that's,
I mean, I would say that fear is less than 5%, but it's there. And then I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do this. I think it would be fun to learn how to put together this gun.
And that's another thing. A gun,
once in a while, just to see.
A gun has no political preference. So like for you, if you've built up in your mind that like Republicans are gun-toting, guns, Republicans, there's tons of Democrats that like guns.
Sure.
No. I'm just saying if that is, for somebody who's out there and that's what they associate, like lots of people love guns. Guns are, I mean, it sounds weird to say, but like guns are fun, like target practicing and shooting competitions and things like that. Like that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to go out in the woods and like set up targets and see who can hit the closest and to get like a big pop back on like a nice kick off of a meaty round, to throw some lead down range. It's a lot of fun, and that doesn't have a political preference. Like anybody can have fun doing that,
Sure. I just feel that like the more left leaning you get, the more you are like, hey man, we need to do something about how many guns are, or like how easy it is to get us all right. Which for me, part of it was the experiment. It was super easy.
Yeah. It's extremely easy.
They put my name in. They took my driver's license. I had to ask, answer questions if I was a felon or not, or like if I had a restraining order against me. And then they were like, it's taken a while. Have you ever bought a gun before? And I was like, no, this is my first time.
You're
And I
like,
was super nervous.
can you tell? And you have like giant armpits, like you just sweated through.
It was like that, man.
Like on the movie Airplane, he's just dripping.
Yeah. And then he's like, it'll take like 5 minutes. And then he refreshed it and it went through. So then they just sold me my thing, which I don't know if I had bought just a gun from behind them, which was insane. It was like all assault rifles. It was all like AK-47s,
Yeah.
M4s.
And again, I'm a
AR-15s.
Republican, but I think that's ridiculous. And I absolutely know that people can argue with me that the reason we've never been attacked, like the reason an army has never come over on our soil, is because we have the largest private army on the planet. Like all our citizens are armed. So if people come, they're going to have to deal with all of us, not just our army.
Yeah.
I get that. So I understand that. Now, mind you, I own an AR, but I'm also a roofer, so yes.
You just fucking drug me over the coals.
Well, I have one for my job, right? So I have an AR for my
Is
roofing
it
job.
yours? It belongs to the roofing company? Or you?
So like there was roofing agencies all across the country do this, where you have they will purchase the AR for you, and then a little bit comes out of each check to go for it, and then at the end they hold $1.
Okay.
So it's yours. You've paid for almost the whole thing except for the $1. And then when you retire or you resign, you pay the $1 and then you get the rifle. So I have one, but here's the thing. If I was not in my line of work, I would not go out and buy an AR. Like I have shotguns, I have handguns,
Jeez.
but it's just for me, I don't understand. I don't understand the assault rifle end of it. Like I said, other than the discussion, the debate that can be had with what I already said. So other than we get into a full-on war with another country and they invade us, anything short of that, I don't think we need these weapons. I don't think private citizens and need those weapons. And I'm a Republican. So, it just goes to show that either side, you can have different thoughts and ideas about different things. I have no problem with people being armed whatsoever. Shotguns, have all the shotguns, have all the ammo you want. Hunting rifles, all that stuff. But like ARs and AKs and, M5s, all that stuff, like, no, you shouldn't. I don't think just the average person in his bedroom closet should have this just arsenal, because what's unfortunate is if that person gets broke into and those guns are stolen, like if those guns are obtained illegally, and it happens all the time. Like when I'm at work, we're constantly getting reports that like this house was burglarized. And these guns were taken. And well, where do you think those guns are going? Those guns were stolen by criminals and they just want quick money. So then they go and sell those guns to other criminals. And now these guns are on the street being used against me. And so, and my coworkers. And so that's what I don't like. That's the crux of my argument. And I know my argument might not hold weight, but me personally, it holds weight because that's what I deal with personally, is going into a house, walking up to a car, not knowing what's behind those tinted windows, not knowing what's behind a door on a house, where you go up and you knock and people can be looking through windows and there can be a barrel pointed right at you and it's on the other side of a 3-inch piece of crappy door.
Yeah.
And so if that's the stuff, it just, I don't know. That's where I stand on it.
I just don't think regular people need guns. I don't think, like the whole idea of us having to defend ourselves, I think it just comes from this American mythos that like we grew up when we were taking back the West. And, I listened to this podcast today about just how a lot of that was the need, like that Americans have this kind of overwhelming need for protection or feeling that we need protection. And that was kind of started by Colt. Like when they came up with the revolver, it was both to sell it, to defend yourself, or, to take the frontier, and so it was like he was selling it to both sides, people that were coming for you and people that were trying to protect themselves. And it's just never really died down. I get it. Like people love guns and they love shooting.
Yeah.
But I think it's so unsafe for roofers. And now it's just insane. Like every kid thinks that a school shooting is going to happen to them. There's so many guns.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think in my brain, when my brain boils it down, there's two ways. So you're a country, you either have guns, or if you don't allow guns, you have an army that, so like, I think to myself, like other countries that like don't really allow their citizens to have guns are countries that when you turn 18, like from 18 to 25, you're in the military.
Right.
Like
Israel or Switzerland.
Yeah, like everybody, male and female. Like, it would be like in the United States, like if you just told everybody, hey, we're switching things up. At 18, when you graduate high school, you're not going away to college. You're not going to go to college till you're 26, because between now and 25, you are in the military.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing for the next 8 years. And so if you don't want that, and you want that free will to be able to say, I want to go to college, I want to go in the military, I want to go to trade school, I don't want to do anything. I want to be in a ska band. That I think that's the difference, is you have to pick one. Because you can't say we can't have guns in our country and then we're just going to have like a volunteer army because we'll be invaded and taken over real fast. Because the rest of the world doesn't play by like the nice ideas that like suburban white guys think in their heads, that like, oh, well, if we don't have guns, then we don't really have an army. It's 2024. Like everyone's cool. And like we do things through diplomacy. Like, no, other countries don't think that way.
I think like on a domestic level though, it would be, I would love for us to explore like what they do in Switzerland, which is like, if you're physically able at 18, you join the military, you join their army. Now, it's Switzerland, so you're not going to get in a war, but you do have to...
You get a knife that has all sorts of gadgets.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, you'll get assigned something, and you'll get training, and then you just go home. You go back to your life with your gun or your rocket launcher or whatever you're trained in, and then it's kind of like you're in the Army Reserve. You still
like
go
National
to school,
Guard.
That's how they do it. And if we did something like that, people who could do that, they could keep their guns, or they could, like they could show they're able and they're trained to use that gun, and it's for defending the country. If they want to do that, that's fine. But then it kind of keeps it out of the way for criminals. And you don't have to worry about everybody stockpiling weapons because they need to defend themselves from criminals.
I would agree with you. Like as far as if you're going to change something, probably the best way of doing it is like what you said. The only problem is you are telling, and we're the United States of America. And you're telling people that, hey, guess what? You're not going to Michigan State next year. You are going to train.
They still do that. It's just everybody does it. So you're not just like, oh, I get out of high school and I'm going to, I'm going to go to Cabo and then I'll start college. Like instead of going to Cabo, you go to basic training.
Right,
then you
exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. And like, I don't think any military training that you're just going to do 6 weeks and then you're going back home. Like they have to instill in, you know what I mean? So if you're going out, like I said, it might not be 8 years in Switzerland like it is in like Russia or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's gonna. I would think there would at least be like a 2-year where like you have to learn the life, the everything. So from age 18 to 20, age 18 to 21, and then from 21 to 26, yeah, you do go home, you get a job, and you have all that. But the thing is, it's everyone. It's every able-bodied person.
Right.
And it's not, and so like right now we have National Guard, we have the reserves, we have all that stuff. But again, that's all volunteer. So
Right.
if they did make it where it was everybody did it, like Mia, my 17-year-old.
I don't think Americans would stand for it.
No, they wouldn't.
We wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Well, and the other thing is like, you look at countries like Australia, they had one mass shooting, I think in the 90s. And they just called, like everybody was like, we need to get rid of assault weapons, or we need to get rid of like all of this armament. So Australia, which has a similar history to us, like it was kind of the Wild West. It was started by criminals. They had kind of the same mentality we had, where you had to defend yourself, and like it was forged through violence. Well, that happened, and they just woke up. They were like, we don't want this again. We don't want what's happening in the United States to happen to us. So they just banned like personal use of weapons, I believe. So everybody just, whatever, they melted them down and made plows out of them. I don't know what they did really, but like,
I mean,
everybody turned in their weapons. Cops have guns, and I'm sure criminals have guns, but it's not like here. It's not like everybody's got a modded out AK with a silencer and a scope on it.
Yeah, a bump stock. But
bump stock.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know like how democracy works in Australia and how it worked when all those laws and everything were passed. Like I think here, like we vote for stuff.
Well, we don't. That 90% of the country wants some like stricter gun regulations, but our Congress is like ineffective. So we vote. We voted those guys in office, but they're not doing shit.
But you know what I mean? Like, so what I'm saying is like when it comes to Australia, if Australia was like governed by like Great Britain, like they can, again, I don't know the political system. So if they have the ability to just be like, here, we are banning all weapons, boom, like they don't get to vote. Here, like we vote. So I don't know how they do it there.
It's a democracy. I mean, it's like a representative, like a parliamentary system, which is different than ours because ours ends up just being two parties. So there you vote for, like you vote for different people, and whatever party ends up being in control, they pick the leader. So they don't really, like, it would be like the Democratic Party choosing who is going to be president.
Yeah, so like the Democratic Party wins the election, and then they choose the leader.
Yeah, they have like 20 parties. So you get like this spectrum of left to right. And depending on who's in power, they're just kind of in power. They still have to, they have to make more consolations. They have to try and work together better than our two teams do. But they were able to ban assault weapons and I think handguns. I'm not sure. I think you can still have hunting rifles and stuff, but they don't have school shootings either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. So hey, have fun with your gun, man.
I don't know. Yeah.
Have a whole lot of fun with that thing.
I have a lot of fun.
I'm dead nuts with mine. At
Yeah.
100 yards, I could put like, I don't know, a whole clip, so like a 30 round mag. I
Yeah.
could put every round in like a size of like a quarter at 100
Jeez,
yards.
yo. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
No, serious. I'm
Wow.
real good.
Wow.
Now a handgun, I'm not too good. Like a handgun, my grouping at say 25 yards, my grouping would probably be like the circumference of like a can of pop.
Oh, it's still not bad, Joe. I
What?
don't know what good is, but that sounds like you're effective at your job.
I'm all right. I'm all right
which
with a
is
nail
shooting
gun.
people.
With a nail gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, everybody, this week you guys got about an hour of us yapping. So hopefully we haven't fired you up. Actually, you know what? Hopefully we have fired you up, because then that means we're touching nerves and we're changing things.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a future senator or congressman listening.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right, man. I get to wake up at 4:50 in the morning
Now-
and do yoga for a half hour.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
the yoga part sounds fun, but the waking up at 4:50 does not.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal.
All right, good
I'm
luck,
gonna get to
Joe.
bed here. All right,
All right.
everybody. See ya.
Love you guys. Peace of pizza.
Sun shining, sun